Hello everyone, welcome to our video podcast, Spiced Dialogues. I am Franklin
I am Beben.
and we are your host.
In each forthcoming episodes, we will be talking socially relevant and exciting topics.
So please stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
When I read your Facebook write-up, and that's when it struck me like, okay, somebody is writing about it. It is really interesting. So I want to start with asking you, have you watched this web series on the popular OTT platform, Lust Story?
Yeah, of course, I did not watch. Should I say that?
Yeah, you can say that.
But I'm aware of the content of the story. The reason why it look interested to me is because it has two of my favorite actresses in it. Okay. One is Tamanna, and the other one is Kajol. Both are family loved actresses, and they were, especially Kajol was my favorite actress since I was like a teenager.
Okay, I watched it. I just watched one of the episode because on my Instagram,
Yeah.
it was right there, and every single time, and you have those reels, right?
Yes.
Just going on like lust story. I wanted to ask you, what is the difference between lust and love?
Talking about lust, you need to begin with the definition of the term. That'll give you a better understanding. So, if you search any secular common dictionaries, like for example the Oxford Dictionary or the Merriam-Webster, you will find the definition. So, this is the definition I have found out in the Merriam-Webster. It says lust is usually intense or unbridled sexual desire. They call it lasciviousness.
Okay.
Lasciviousness. Okay, it is an intense longing or craving.
Okay.
So that is what lust is.
Okay.
So it's directly connected to uncontrollable sexual desire. See, if you just go through the lust stories, the first part was so successful, so that they came up with a second part of it. See, if you go through each episodes, you will find out that the story is about having an extramarital affair.
Okay.
In all of these stories, there is an affair. Maybe the story is happening in a family, a wife and a husband, and then maybe either the husband or the wife is having an extramarital affair.
Okay.
Lusting at someone else. And the story goes on saying what happens when a third person comes in. Usually, see, I'm a married man. I've been married for the last 16 years. I don't lust my wife.
Okay.
I love her. Of course, there is a romantic relationship between us. The reason why I have 4 children is that I had a sexual drive at her. And the procreation is part of a family life. But I don't lust at her, but I have sexual attraction at her.
Okay. So is the television or the social media or the social platforms, are they trying to say it is okay?
Yes.
To lust?
See, I remember an ad that was made by the Levi's jeans, the jeans brand. It was it came out some years ago, not recently. Maybe I think like 10 years ago, or maybe 7 to 8 or 10 years ago. I still remember the ad has a boy and a girl, and the girl is unzipping his jeans, and then the tagline comes, "Sin is good." Sin is good. Of course, they are talking about the jeans, but the background to that ad is it says it's pleasurable. It's something good that you can go and enjoy.
Okay, adding on to that, is the online culture trying to push you towards that? Because when I even watch one reel of a person dancing, and the dance is not just dancing, it is very sexual.
Yeah.
And are they trying to make us look at them lustfully?
Yes, definitely. It's not just now, but all through the years, all through the centuries, the flesh of the woman have always been a thing of attraction.
Okay.
So, over the centuries, women have been sexually exploited. You take the movies or any albums or anything, maybe a calendar photo shoot. Thing you probably would have come across the Playboy, the Kingfisher, the Playboy calendars will all have the flesh revealed. And as you said, you just watch one clip. The next time it keep popping up, leading to more of such contents.
Yeah, it gives you more than 5 to 6 different contents. I've been watching a series on a popular OTT platform, and they kind of try to show different relationships, like love triangle kind of thing. Oh, this guy is with another person, and that female is with another guy, and it just keeps going on. All these shows are trying to make us think it is okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And then how would the upcoming generation know the difference between a real love, as you told, that you have on one person, and for me is a generation that keeps watching those things and they think it's okay to watch it.
See,
it's okay to do it.
Yes. When I was a child, in the 70s or 80s, and the movies that were coming out in our Indian society, in Indian cinemas, there were love relationship. The hero and the heroine love each other. There is romance. They sing, move around, dance, but there were no kissing scenes. Today, in all the OTT platforms or in the movies, a boy and a girl see each other for the first time, and they have a crush on each other. Immediately, they kiss. Lip locks. Lip locks are part of the movies. Most of the directors think, if there is no lip lock, then the movie won't work out.
It's not a romantic movie.
It's a romantic movie. And then immediately the next thing is that then there is a bedroom scene.
And that was my another question. Is like, how does the media look at it? How do they see it? Do they see it as okay, or do they kind of say it's fine, this is how love works? Because that's why I go back to that question again, is like, is love and lust both connected, or is it two different things?
I believe, for my conviction is that they are two different things. They are not connected. Love, if there is a genuine true love, it will wait. You will wait for your partner. Okay, from our Indian perspective, from our society, I'm not talking about the Western culture, but it's gradually coming into our world too. In the early 70s, we would not even, 70s or 18, would not even touch your lover.
But okay, now we are getting into a different era, and I think in this modern era, people are pretty physical. What do you think?
It's all about modernity, but by having all these, people say it's all about freedom.
Yes.
The changing Indian society today, they are thinking that we are developing.
Yes, there's a lot of things adding with that.
Yeah.
But I am trying to seek the answer from you. It's like, now we hold hands. We go to movies, we go to dates, We try to seek in one or two kisses, and we hug our partners. For me, does all this kind of falls into the lust part of it?
No, I don't think so.
Because if I keep doing this, does it lead to lust?
It can. Where do you draw the boundary?
Where do we draw the boundary?
That is the question. That's individuals have to know the parameters.
Now,
See, of course, you love your partner, trust you, and both adults, they have physical feelings for one another, erotic feelings for one another. Definitely, the ultimate goal is to get into the bed. From my perspective, I believe that these movies and all the print or digital media, they show you only one side of the spectrum, not both. It present to you like the chocolates that comes with a beautiful wrapper, attractive wrapper. It shows you the attractive side. It offers you pleasure. The pleasure is, of course, there is pleasure. Okay, that pleasure cannot be matched with something else. That's how God has designed human beings to have a relationship with the partners. Okay, so there is definitely pleasure. So it somehow shows that this pleasure is good. Okay, but what the popular media does not show you is the other side. Once you have come to a point of fulfilling the desire of your flesh, comes guilt.
okay.
Lust is just like something happens in a flash of a second. You are onto it. Okay, that when that excessive drive comes, you don't see anything else. You don't want to see anything else. You don't want to hear anything else. You just wanted to fulfill it.
I would say it stands with you.
Yeah.
And what sort of moral standard you have.
Yes.
Even, I think all the faith
Yeah.
and most of the moral ethics would say that there's marriage is holy,
Yeah.
and marriage is a covenant that you
of
do
course, yes.
with you two. And I say it's between you.
It's a union between two individuals, two souls.
So I would say it is between two individuals.
And so my Bible, which I believe, it says both will become one. They become one flesh.
Yes. So
That is the mysterious union that happens in a marriage. Of course, there are different stories.
yes. So let's say my thinking that what I take from what you say is like it's your moral standard and what you believe.
And even in the last stories that we have begun with, the stories, these 4 stories, I think, in the second episode, all 4 stories talks about after the lust comes betrayal, come brokenness, guilt. Eventually, some leads to murder, some leads to suicide.
So here we go, guys, and we started with lust story, and we are ending with love story, and we are not trying to say this is how you got to be, but
And we are just throwing it out to you.
we are just throwing it out to you.
Just it's up to you what to choose and what to leave.
There you go. So it's up to you what you feel is right.
Yeah, always stay for what makes you healthy.
So looking forward for more interesting topics. And
yes.
thank you, Pastor Bevin. It's so difficult for me to call him something else. So we'll catch you up with more episodes. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.